Now, moving forward, applications have been developed and some are still in the works in order to either flatten the curve or cure the virus as a whole. Now, already tech giants Google and Facebook and Apple as well have announced plans to deploy technology in fighting the pandemic, but developers in Nigeria are also not leaving things to chance and are also working hard in that regard. One of such is the Kano startup in conjunction with the state government who have developed an app that can be used for self-testing. And joining us to shed more light on how that works is Salihu Tankoyakase. He is the founding curator of the Kano Hub of the Global Shapers Community. He now serves as the special advisor on media to the governor of Kano State. He joins us from our studios in Kano. It's a pleasure to have you on the program.
Very much.
Of course. Let's begin with how this application works, because one of the things that I've seen some questions also, and I also have been wondering how this works. I mean, how can I use a mobile application to self-test for COVID-19?
No, I think that is a misinformation on that particular issue. There is no way you can use an app for self-testing. It's self-check. That is for you to be able to have. There are some number of symptoms that usually the rapid response team usually asks. This was done in collaboration with the team here in Kano, the medical team in Kano, and they gave some few questions that usually the team usually ask, so that people will be able to know if they are at risk. And then if you check some of these symptoms, then you will be required to go for a test. Some of these symptoms, of course, as we all know, is first of all the travel history. If the person has been to whether out of the country recently or even high-risk areas, states like Lagos or Abuja. So then you have also the question of other symptoms like coughing, sore throat, fever, and what have you. So these are the things that they usually ask you during the self-check. And if you click on some of them, then that requires more investigation, and the team will be able to call you and find out more about your own situation. So the app was developed, like I said, free of charge by startup Kano in collaboration with the state government and the task force on the COVID-19 in the state. They have been going back and forth on some of the details that will be on the app and other modalities on how it can operate. So they come to agreement, and that is when it was asked to be announced publicly.
All right. I think you might have to correct your tweet, because your tweet actually said self-test. But moving forward, so is there like a real-time incidence room where all of these responses are being taken before the call is made eventually?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we are currently using the existing AOC at the state level that is handling the suspected cases of COVID-19, where the emergency numbers, toll numbers that have been given calls are coming in. So they're using that particular team to be able to use this app. So even if you check all the boxes in the self-check page, even if you don't, after realizing that you are probably at risk of being infected by the disease, even if you don't call the toll-free numbers, at the back end we have staffs that are stationed to be able to monitor and check the responses, the feedback that we get from people that tried that app. So once we realize that you have checked on some of the symptoms and then you refuse to call the toll-free lines, they at their own end will reach out to call you, and probably, if the need be, send a rapid response team to you for more testing. There's also another page.
Yeah, let me just quickly come in. I wanted to ask how effective this has been. Because cases in Kano seems to be rising. It's actually third on the log in Nigeria.
Yes, I understand. But it has been effective. So far, we have close to 1,000, I think, people that have downloaded the app, which is very good. considering we just rolled it out in the past few days. And like I said, they've also been taking the data and reaching out to some of the people that have used it. So it has been quite effective, and it is indeed helping the USC to be able to trace possible cases of COVID-19 in the state.
Is there any, maybe per se, option for language use for those who might not understand English?
No, for now there isn't. We do not have that option yet. But to be honest, if those that have seen it, it's a very straightforward and simple, user-friendly app that people can easily be able to check, even with their minimal knowledge of English and what have you. Also, you can easily ask someone to be able to assist you if you do not have the knowledge to be able to read or understand English.
All right, very well. Salihu Tankoyakase, I have to say thank you for joining us on the program. I see you're keeping your birds. I understand you're in this challenge which has been going around as a result of this lockdown everywhere, the no haircut challenge. Well, keep it up.
Absolutely.
Keep it up, keep it up. Continue keeping
my
the...
brother called me yesterday and he said, don't come to my house. I'm not ready to cut my hair now.
I can imagine.
Yes.
I can imagine. All right, then. Stay safe. Keep the social distance. Wash your hands and just keep all of the personal hygiene that you need to do. Again, thank you for joining us on the program from our Kano studio. Salihu Tankoyakase, SA Media to the Governor of Kano State.
Thank you very much for having me, and everybody stay at home, stay safe.
Of course.